Okay, so what is ACRC Livewire? What was it all about? Well, it was a podcast of sorts that I started in 2023. I lived in Argyle, New York at the time, which is kind of like middle of nowhere, sort of. I mean, you could argue it's middle of nowhere. I began a series of what you could call now coffee rants. I don't call him that. There is another podcaster or researcher, or he's a natural law teacher, and he calls his stuff coffee rants. But mine were like that. But they were I think I was just off the cuff, and I was just basically decided that I was gonna change up a little bit of the way I present, because I just wasn't. I was going through a lot of things that were traumatic or difficult or whatever, and I just wasn't motivating myself to do the Occulted series anymore. And it bothered me that I didn't find the time to do it, that I wasn't getting off my ass and doing it anymore. And I didn't understand why I was slacking on it so much. And so I wanted to really delve into shadow work and figure out what the hell is blocking me from doing what I know needs to get done. And I think I figured it out, through this series, ACRC Livewire. I think at times it's difficult to watch, it's difficult to listen to, it's difficult, but it's interesting, and you might learn something from it. If you take it in as a whole. That's why I started off at the beginning and see the journey go through the whole way. Because there is a conclusion at the end that I draw. And that is that I need to teach what I know. That is the solution to my hang-ups that I discuss. All this anger and rage I have towards everybody, and the way everybody's been programmed, and the way everybody just remains to be in this state of I guess I don't really do well in an unstructured format environment. And so I get angry. A lot of the show is me getting angry at myself for not doing a good enough job at speaking. And being so traumatized by the whole situation that we're in, and the whole condition that we're in, that I just kind of drop the ball and just start ranting and never get anything done. And I still struggle with that to this day. But luckily the music is there. The music is the thing where we've taken a page from the founders in Death Call Pharmaceutical, and we really want to continue with where those guys left off lyrically. And we are, in the latest album, Torture Zone, we are at that level. So that's my biggest contribution. And of course, Lex Naturalis is the band that I front for, and represents everything that I stand for, right? And it's so the music, these two beasts of bands, we're in touch with the biggest venues for our music in the area, and they're cool with us, they're down with us, they're ready to let us play and show the people what we got. So that's something, man. And I get bummed out because I ain't invited to many shows, and I ain't invited to be on people's podcasts, and I ain't invited to be on people's platforms, and I ain't really seen as anybody in this fucking movement for doing this music. And it always seems like the people that I want to impress the most with my music, the people that I think can learn something from it the most, are the least interested. And then those same people are like, well, maybe that should tell you something about your music then. Now that tells me something about your ability to respond to beauty and to truth and to art when it's in your fucking face. You know, I don't understand the artificial people that just want the fake ass shit 24/7. I'll take a little bit of fake ass shit. Like, you know, every once in a while as a treat, you know. I don't like completely, you know, don't watch dirty movies or say dirty words or make jokes or, I live my life. But I have a greater grounded perspective now. And I just don't feel bad about certain things that I feel and say. You know, I don't need to explain more, because, you know, when I start going, I just forget what I'm saying, and I feel like I need to keep talking when there sometimes isn't anything to say. You know, I tend to forget quickly, and so now I need to remind myself of why I'm doing the video. And that is because I'm explaining to you what ACR Livewire was about and how the show is changing. The show is going to change. It's no longer going to be a rant fest. It's going to be tarot card and then going over the different aspects of what's going on in the world, you know, based on the podcast and the broadcast from the past week. And I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great contribution to the work, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you enjoy the first season of ACRC Livewire. Thank you for watching and being a part of this great endeavor, the amazing Conspiracy Realist Academy. And so help me God, I am so pissed that I can't remember the name of the slogan. But it's late and I'm tired, and thank you.